Finish it.
That's Netflix. That's not us. It'd be nerdy or something like that. Yeah,
I did not do
it'd
the
be
theme
something like
song.
that or whatever. It's
I thought it was Mortal
uh,
Kombat, like the fatality thing. That's why I said finish him.
British. Either way, it's not us. We'd be nerdy or something. It'd be something
Well,
like that.
welcome back to Nerdmation. Actually,
Yeah,
this is the Nerdmation Get Down because we are combining, fusing.
again.
Let's do it.
Can't do it because I don't know which side you're on. I'm gonna do it.
Ah, we did it.
Yeah, yeah.
now,
Or
if
they
it
just have the earrings like me.
now if it switches, then yeah,
If it switches, then we're obviously
we messed up the fusion. It's fine. It's fine.
it's they know what it meant.
Earrings like me.
Anyways, gonna jump right in. I'm going on here and sharing the live real quick.
Yeah. Share away.
Woo!
Get some peoples on there. Talk some good stuff.
Peoples.
Peoples. Not people, peoples. With an S. Yeah.
Ninja. Ninja. Vanish.
Ah.
All right.
I'm still here.
I think.
All right. Got that set up. Sorry about that. So, I was gonna go first, and then we'll get into what Hammer got to say.
Yeah.
First, because you know, going with the whole October theme, I wanted to give all my anime peoples out there that like watching anime that if you are trying to find an anime that you might want to hey, what's up guys, glad to see y'all back for another video. Simply Red, welcome. Simply Red, watching it on YouTube.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Appreciate you for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button. Helps with the algorithm.
So so if you're in the looking for some anime, I have 5 spooky anime for vampires.
Ooh, I'm a ghost. Like
Okay.
that.
Yeah. We're
Okay.
talking
Like
about
that.
vampires, not ghosts. So
Yeah.
calm it down,
Blah,
Casper.
blah. Sexy
Uh,
blah, blah.
That is funny on so many levels. Just keep going. I'm not gonna get there.
because
Oh,
he's
shut up.
a tiny person.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't even go with that, but that was but
All right. So the 5 that we have on this list, we got Mars Red, historical vampires anime set in 1923 Japan. Uh, and there's Devil's Line. It's a vampire romance / police thriller.
Ah. So they're doing the what do they call it? I forget that version of Dracula that was like he was like infatuated with the girl, but then there was cops involved, like the old school Dracula. They're kind of going with that vibe. Ah, okay.
Well, let's see.
Like Bram Stoker.
It's
Bram Stoker.
as a vampire romance, the police thriller Devil's Line invokes a range of emotions in its viewers, set in an alternative Japan where 0.01% are considered devils. With vampire characteristics, the civil unrest that occurs in the shadows is enough to scare even the loyalist of vampire fans.
Hmm.
Starting a regular college girl named can't say her name. Just gonna call her TT.
Yeah. Oh, TT.
And, and half devil cop named YA. Uh, the worlds of humans and devils dangerously collide. With the dark and forbidden romance that's easy to root for. Devil's Line clearly mixes romantic and scary tones for a chilling contrast.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, Devil's Line's police action and unsolved mysteries will keep fans on the edge of their seats with Halloween season. So I can see it. It kind of sounds like how Lucifer
Ah,
they go through like they're going through like solving cases and stuff, but the entire time they have like a little love thing on the side. So
yeah.
next up, they got Cipher of the End, a virus-ridden world where vampires take over.
Hmm. Hmm.
This one is a haunting vampire anime. A man-made virus kills the entire world population, except for children under 13 years old. With the remaining population young and defenseless, vampires reemerge from the darkness to reclaim the world as their own. In a violent attempt to seize control, they force the human population to hide beneath the surface for their own safety. However, these children must donate blood to the menacing vampires in exchange for their protection.
Wow.
Uh, See, the star of the show basically he vows to kill vampires and avenge his murdered family in a brutal and bloody war against the vampire overlords. Next up
Hmm.
is Castlevania. It's a Netflix anime inspired by the hit game series. Uh,
Yeah.
then there's Diabolic Lovers, a dark and unsettling reverse Harlem anime.
Don't watch that.
And so one other thing that's not on this list is Noblest. Noblest is a real good one to watch too.
Hmm. Hmm.
But so those are some animes if you're looking for animes to watch uh, this Halloween season, you want to watch some vampire ones. Uh, those are some to you can go look out and enjoy. All right, next up, I wanted to talk about the Dragon Ball Superhero trailer finally came out for the new movie, and they also announced basically where it fits in on the timeline. They basically confirmed that it takes place right after the Broly uh,
Right.
saga.
Okay.
Um, it's I don't know. It's kind of weird that it does that because of how Pan is in like a kindergarten age now. Like, man, I think from what they were saying is that between the between the end of Z when they were fighting in the tournament and when from the Broly, there's a time period like a 10-year time period gap that they're looking at of what could happen. So from that's what I gathered from what they were talking about. But so in the trailer there was nine different things that at least this article they got fans excited. So I just wanted to go over them with everybody. So the number 9, there's a strong modern story as far as the Dragon Ball movies are concerned. So Dragon Ball movies can often come across as big spectacles, but the reason that their place in canon is typically debated is that they're ultimately disposable. The majority of the movies focus on a new villain who comes out of nowhere, and the arc's worth of content gets boiled down to under 2 hours. The exact storyline of Dragon Ball's Superhero hasn't been detailed, but it appears that it involves using the DNA of Earth's strongest to build a genetically superior superhero. Oh, like Cell? Um, or perhaps a
You're
target,
stupid.
or
I'm
perhaps
thinking,
a target for their own hero to conquer. Superhero looks like it will remix old ideas in a new, reinvented way. One thing I noticed about the art and of the trailer, it looks like video game art. Like literally, you could put this into a video game. It looks like I'm playing Xenoverse or like watching a cutscene in Xenoverse. So that's what the art style looks kind of
Yeah, that's kind of dope.
like.
I can. Yeah.
Number 8, more supporting characters get a chance to shine. Um,
Huh?
I mean, I wouldn't push it that far. Like I know they say that because in the trailer, like they show Piccolo, but at the same time, like Piccolo's always in every movie, every shit. Like so, I wouldn't go as far as saying that other people are gonna get their time to shine. Like, but they said a major issue Dragon Ball has as a whole is that the very rarely allows anyone other than Goku to be the big hero of the one who takes out the new villain. This this habit is even more uh, in Dragon Ball movies, which can strip the series of its supporting characters in favor of Goku and Vegeta. Which that's not entirely true because some of the other movies, like yes, most of the movies were Goku, but they did also have like Gohan inspired too. Like when Gohan took out Garlic Jr. Uh, there's a lot of other ones. Most of them were Goku. I give him that. So boy, people are not gonna like the graphics if it looks like Xenoverse. It reminds me of it reminds me of the cutscenes in the graphics look okay. It's just it looks video gamey. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, they can get over a little bit of that. I think it'll work out. It gets
Uh,
different element.
this says Dragon Ball Super Superhero will take a unique approach where more neglected characters like Piccolo and Pan, and perhaps possibly Gohan, will get to be in the spotlight while Goku plays more of a supporting presence. That's a stretch to say. We don't know what this movie's about, but we do know the Dragon Ball universe. Like we know that it's going to be either Goku, like it's not going to be Piccolo, Pan, or Gohan. Maybe Gohan. I will give you maybe Gohan.
True.
7, Goku's training with Broly. So
Mm.
they actually have Broly in here. And it's a split second. Like when I was watching, when I was sitting there, when I was watching the trailer, like I'm like I didn't see Broly in here at all. I'm like, where do y'all see Broly? Like it was going around though, like the Broly, like Broly's in the movie. Broly's in the movie. Like I didn't see Broly not once in that trailer, and it is literally when I say split second, it whatever half of a split second is of half of a split second would be. You know, like whatever. It was so quick. You literally had to been watching the trailer. Like I don't even know how the hell they found this. Like it was that fast. So what they
Maybe
um
that. So,
huh?
so maybe that was on purpose.
Well, yeah, like because the way that the trailer was made, like it without slowing down the imagery and everything, uh, it made it look like one of the villains uh crashing down, not Broly. But this you can see the picture on the screen right now. Like you see, like there's Broly right here, and he's coming down, and we technically he's punching down at the ground. So I don't know if he was aiming and he's just practicing with Goku if they're training, or if they're both fighting the
The villain.
the villain, and that's just him going down on the villain, you know. But so Broly is going to be in the movie. That's gonna be dope.
I agree.
Uh,
I think it's gonna be awesome.
Red Ribbon Army returns with a vengeance. So the main antagonists in this movie are going to be the Red Ribbon Army. We don't know they're if the villains are going to be androids, but if they're following the like the DNA of the characters and stuff, then it's going to be like another cell type character. So
Yeah.
um, so we'll have to see how what big issues Red Ribbon Army have now. And the two characters, Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, are the duo. Uh, they're making their. I don't know, man. Like now, I'm like sitting there thinking, like, are these are these Red Ribbon characters? I mean, their suits do look Red Ribbon Army ish, but they got little pistols on their side and stuff. Like it's like, what if they are the superheroes? I
I
don't.
mean, I can see that. I saw that picture you're talking about of those, and I can see why that could be a good question. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the villains, and that's just how they just dress like that. But
It says
I
Dragon
could
Ball movies are known for introducing characters, majority new function of adventures villain. Dragon Ball Superhero has teased two new figures, Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, who function as a team. It's safe to presume that they might be antagonists in the film, especially since they have red ribbon markings on their clothes. But their situation may be more complex than that. They might mark a new evolved form of android, or even Red Ribbon's attempt to manufacture superheroes. Regardless of their role in the movie, will be substantial. So then they got number 4 is Piccolo begins to train Pan. What I did like about this is in the trailer, like you see Pan like learning how to do basically like charging up her key, using her key and stuff like that.
that's
And you
dope.
see the air start glowing or going around her. Like I'm like, is she gonna turn Super Saiyan? Is she like I want to see Pan turn Super Saiyan. That would be dope.
That would be. I agree.
um, 3, they new character designs by I guess they show more of the character designs. Like we get to see like Bulma. Uh, I think Vegeta they had a picture of Vegeta too. Uh, oh yeah. So the return number 2 is the return of Vegeta's Badman shirt and a sense of humor. So characters see when a new look is turned to whether it sticks around or for the extended period of time or it's merely temporary. One of Vegeta's more popular outfits is one of the he only wears briefly following the defeat of Frieza and before the invasion of the androids. Vegeta's pink Badman shirt appears in the background Dragon Ball Superhero, which might not seem like a big deal, but it already has fans excited. If nothing else, it shows that the movie at least has a sense of humor with itself. So what it's shown is that there's this machine that they're thinking that this machine in the background is like the Red Ribbon Army has their DNA of those characters. Like they have Vegeta, they show Vegeta, they show Goku, and they showed Boo too. So if they had Majin Buu's DNA mixing in it, and they're doing like a cell type of character with it, like they somehow might have had Doctor Gero's technology or some shit. I don't know. And the first one is it's set after the events in Dragon Ball Super Broly. So, let's see what it says. It's possible that the next Dragon Ball Super could have a return to a non-canon approach, or been set in the past. But it's now been confirmed that the movie takes place after the events in Dragon Ball Super Broly. However, Superhero still takes place before the 28th World Martial Arts Tournament, which means that the end of Dragon Ball Z is still canonically set afterward. So that's what I was
What?
talking. So that's what I was basically what I was talking about earlier. So it's the remember so Dragon Ball Z when Dragon Ball Z ended, right?
Mm-hmm.
The end of Z was when Goku uh, went to the 28th World Martial Arts Tournament, and that's where he met Boo. I mean Oob,
Right. Right.
reincarnated, and then they decided to train and they fly off. That was the end of Z, right?
Right.
Which then came out GT, right? Well,
Correct.
now they basically fast forward and Super's come back out, and technically Return of Frieza
Mm-hmm.
and Super Broly, the Super Dragon Ball Super Broly is before that end of Z tournament. So that's why I was saying that there's a 10-year gap between where when Z skipped forward to the 28th martial arts tournament. There's a 10 years gap in that. Yeah, GT was non-canon. That's why I didn't talk about GT. I was just talking about how at the end of Z they have Goku uh, and Oob fly away, and then they pick it back up in GT. GT is not canon, but that's what that back when we first saw it. That's what happened. So what I'm saying is that this where they're taking place is in between that part. So there's a 10-year gap, and everything they're coming out with is fitting in between that. So, but it's gonna change the 28th World Martial Arts Tournament that we did see growing up at the end of Z. You can kind of count that as a alternate universe or multiverse. The multi that's a multiverse World Martial Arts Tournament because you got to think about it. If they just stick with it that way, then Goku would know Ultra Instinct. He can turn Super Saiyan Blue. You know all that stuff. Because well, yeah, Ultra Instinct's after Broly, right? They, yeah, because after the Broly movie, that's when they did the. That's when he went and he did They went to do the tournament of power.
Right.
I'm getting confused. Anyway, that's literally the only good things from GT is Super Saiyan 4 and Omega Shrine. Agreed. 100% agreed. Hey, that's all I had. I'm gonna switch it over. We're gonna switch to talk about some gamer things. Hammer, take it away.
Hey.
What you want to
So
talk
we're
about
gonna
first?
start off the get down part of the show. So I think we should just talk about the well. Let me hit real quick. If you haven't, this is how quick I'm gonna do this. If you have not, make sure you go online. You can go to IGN. You can go just to Google and Google it. Far Cry 6. Make sure you go and look at some more of that footage. That game looks really, really good. I'm still following it. I'm still getting, reviews and whatnot and what really people really think about it. I saw that there were some walkthroughs, but I just want to experience it myself before I dive all the way into it. But definitely go check that out. Now, moving forward, what I do want to talk about is Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl. And while that sounds weird, when it sounds weird, you gotta hear me out. Hear me out. Imagine Smash Brothers, but with a plethora of Nickelodeon characters. And I don't mean just like the new stuff that all the kids watch, that maybe we don't get into as, people my age, me and Snake. But they even reach back to some of the stuff that we watched. Like they got the chick from Our Real Monsters that had the real big lips and looked like a candy cane. She's in the game. They've got Helga Plataki is in the game. Those of us that like SpongeBob, of course, SpongeBob's in the game. Patrick Starfish, Sandy Cheeks is in the game. I mean,
They got
reached
Cora in the
back.
game from Legend of
Yeah,
Korra.
they even got Nigel Thornberry from the Wild Thornberries in the game. Why I don't know, but I still think it's cool
Cat
because
dog,
when they get back, yeah, like
cat
Cat
dog.
Dog is there. There's all kinds of characters that are from the newer age and from back whenever I was still watching TV, like
Here we
watching
go.
those shows in this
Says
game.
Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl builds off the genre foundations established by Super Dragon Ball. Says Super Smash Brothers all the way back in 1999. Cartoon characters like SpongeBob SquarePants, Danny Phantom, Cat Dog, and Cat Dog duke it out on stages consistent consisting of floating platforms with the goal of knocking opponents into the abyss of the edges of the screen, damage attracting. That's the same. I thought. Oh yeah, here it is. There's the Nigel Thornberry. Uh, is basically Jigglypuff's rest. Okay, whatever. Patrick, Hug Driver. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, all the Ninja Turtles are in there too.
I wish they just had a list of everybody.
I mean, when I saw it, it was just like they were just showing like character after character. That's what I remembered, all of them
Mhm.
from just characters that they were showing back to back to back. But I mean, like I said, it's Smash Brothers, but with Nintendo characters. And some of the stuff I saw was absolutely dope. Like it it
Oh, I
it
can see
tripped me out.
some. Hey Arnold. Uh, SpongeBob, Cat Dog, TMNT, Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, Ren and Stimpy.
Uh,
Now I'm telling you right now, Ren
Avatar.
and Stimpy is 100%, like back whenever I was watching Nickelodeon. Ren and Stimpy.
The Rugrats.
Kids now don't know Ren and Stimpy, and they don't need to know nothing about Ren and Stimpy.
There's the Rugrats. Was that Toast guy? Oh, that was from Ren and Stimpy. The Toast
Yeah, yeah.
superhero head dude. Danny Phantom.
I thought
Invader
Danny
Zim.
Phantom was
Invader
yeah,
Zim
yeah.
is on here.
It is, and I thought Danny Phantom was kind of cool. I mean, that was a little after I saw it, but I know it. I know Danny Phantom, so I was
Better
like,
know
okay,
Danny
that's
Phantom.
I can see that. I can see that.
Much better. Danny Phantom's
Hey,
awesome.
listen. I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying.
Continue, sir.
But anyway, yes. Um, from what I saw in the trailer, like I said, this game looks really, really, really good. If you're a fan of Smash Brothers, you should be 100% in on this. I know I already am. I think it's going to be great. Um, I I, I want to get hands-on experience with it too, just because I know like Smash Brothers is one of my favorite games. My brother hates it because he already knows what the deal is. Me and Captain Falcon, so that means I'm about to play this game and figure out
Falcon
who my character. Yeah,
Punch.
exactly. He actually hates to hear. He hates when he hears Falcon Punch. He knows what's happening. But anyway, um, it looked dope. I didn't. While it feels like Smash Bros. Or while it looked like Smash Bros. It still had its own element to make it its own game. Like it still felt Nickelodeon. It's like I could see, besides the characters, I could see the Nickelodeon elements even in the what you call it, the stages that they were showing. where they were fighting at. Like I could still tell, like that's not quite Smash Brothers. What is that? And it's its own thing. So the combat looked pretty fluid. It didn't look like it was gonna be clunky. I hope it's not. And sometimes that happens in games. You get to playing and it's like the controls are weird and it's like it just makes it not fun because it's too much going on. But for what I could see, everything looked like it moved well, and it seemed like it was a lot of fun, a whole lot of fun. So definitely something to go check out. Like I said, Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl. Definitely go check that out. I know I will be. Hopefully, I get some hands-on experience with it, and we'll circle back around, and I'll tell you my opinion on it after I actually play it, because I actually do want to play it. So there is that. Now, moving on to the main thing I want to talk about, and I'm sure everybody has seen this. I know everybody has seen it. Battlefield beta is released. It is out there, and sorry, I had an important message pop up on my phone. Apologize for that. It is out there and it is being played, and I will tell you that I have yet to see, and I'm not saying I see every review and see everybody's talking about, but I have yet to see something negative about this game. Everything I've seen has been positive. Everybody that streamed it, everybody that I've seen that put videos of it, where they're playing, the first thing they said is that they're having a blast with this game. Like 100% having a blast with this game. And I am so excited. Battlefield, and Snake knows, like Battlefield is like my thing, man. I've spent numerous hours playing Battlefield, from Battlefield Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, not so much Battlefield 1. I wasn't a fan, but Battlefield 5, played that. I mean, I've spent tons of hours playing that game. I love the strategic element of it. You got to understand, I came from playing Call of Duty before I started playing Battlefield, and I was used to like that running around. You're not having to really take cover if you don't want to, because you're like a bullet sponge, so you could do unrealistic things. And there wasn't as much strategy in it. There was strategy when you were playing with your friends, but it wasn't like this. When I hopped over and there were tanks and armored vehicles and jets and helicopters and all of that. Like once I got into that and I realized, okay, I gotta like really think about this, I started having a blast. It was great. Me and my buddies played, and we would have like for real, like we were playing and we were very, very strategic about it. Like we had strategies. We would talk on the headset. Like we were way, way more into it than we were in Call of Duty. Call of Duty was just like a bunch of running around and stuff, which I still enjoy. Call of Duty, there's a place for it. I play Warzone. I love Warzone. But this game I've been waiting on, and I'm so glad so far. I haven't heard anybody complaining about it, because Battlefield has been needed severely. Like I have been waiting on a Battlefield game, what feels like for so long. Like I needed Battlefield in my life, and now it's here, and it looks visually beautiful. Like I got to see a video with the infamous tornado, and I'll tell you firsthand, just even watching it on YouTube, that looked like some scary shit, man. Like I was like, yo, there is a damn tornado on the map. Like what is happening? Like it was definitely a great change for, let me not say change. It was a great addition to when they added the weather elements in a couple of games before. If you ever played like Wake Island or anything like that, and like Battlefield 4, when they started adding the weather elements where like the storm, or like Parasail Storm, when the storm rolls in and you can see it rolling in, like at that time I was like, yo, that's dope. Like I could see this storm rolling in. It pushes a boat up on the island, like changes the map completely, because now you got this beached, freighter up on the island, which turns into a different point. It changes in Conquest. It changes one of your points that you have to get, because it pushes it up on the deal. That boat was normally way out there in the water, and you had to go get the point out there. When it comes up on the sand, it now is right there instead of out in the water. So it changes how you had to attack the map and how you had to strategically think about how you were going to take that point. The fact that they're still using that and improving on that element of the game to me is exciting. Like I am mega excited. The gunplay looked pretty good from what I saw. I didn't see anything cheesy. I didn't get to see the dogs. I probably did see them, but I was drooling over everything else. I probably just missed the little dogs. But I haven't heard anything ridiculous about those. I know the devs made a comment saying they were going to make sure those were balanced out well, that there was a way that where they weren't just so overpowered that it was ridiculous. But so far, so good. EA, good job. You put out a beta. I hope, whatever bugs and stuff do exist, I hope that they take the feedback and they tweak everything and they get back over to, tweaking and finalizing everything so we can have an official release that is bug free. I know that's asking a lot for bug free, but maybe minimize the bugs on release. That's better. That's the thing better to say, because there's always something with any game, not just this, not just a sports game, not just there's always something. There's always like at least one thing that they have to patch. It just happens. But maybe with the beta being as good as it is, they take the notes from whatever is a little bit flawed or could be a little bit adjusted. They get the feedback about, bots, because, bots are a thing in the game now where you can, if you don't have enough players, they'll bring in bots, or you can set up a lobby where it's just you versus the bots, and you can learn certain map and learn to, try to develop a strategy you want to put together, for that map when you're playing Conquest or Rush or whatever it is. Hopefully they get all the feedback from that, get all the information and the data from that, tweak everything, polish it real good, put it out. We have an awesome game. But kudos to them. I'm excited. I'm going to get y'all's opinion real quick before I just wrap it up, and you'll see what you guys think. Like I said, I'm excited. I can't wait. I think it's going to be awesome. But Mingo, your opinions? I know you don't play a lot of multiplayer, but I know you've seen some of it. I know you've seen a little bit of it. I'm not making fun.
I know.
I know you've seen a little bit of it. I know you got to have at least an opinion about
it. From what I've seen, it looks good. I'm not gonna cap for my young kids out there. I'm joking. They get mad at me. No, it looks good. I'm really shocked at the level of it. The level of the it doesn't look like really buggy. You know what I mean? Even though it's a beta, have y'all played the beta? I mean, are you gonna play beta? Oh, it was a closed beta, wasn't it? Or was it open? It's not open beta yet, is it?
I think it's open.
Was it? It's open now? Okay. Okay. I thought I was watching closed beta footage. But either way, it looks good. It looks like I'm not as worried, because at first they was saying all these different things like, oh, well, like you said, we're gonna have the bots, or oh, we're gonna have this, and even the stuff the little small things that were happening, because all betas have something, they seem to be addressing it and fixing it for the next batch and the next batch. So, and that's not even, and the game's not out yet. So, that makes it seem like the game is going to be good. Of course, if Kaiser's anything of a psychic, which I don't think he is, but if he was a psychic, he would say he's always right and games are always broken. But I mean, I don't know how psychic he is on that, but I don't want to say that the game's gonna be broken, because the way that I look at it, I think all games aren't necessarily broken. They're just doing I hate to bring everybody back to the past. They're doing the Capcom thing. Remember that everything was still on the disc and they only unleashed one part of the game, and then it turns out the rest of the game was on disc the whole time, and then you could have played the whole game and you didn't know it, and then they finally unlocked it. I kind of feel like, even though everything's digital, that I really feel like that was technically the future playing out in the past at that time. And I feel like all games, especially multiplayer games, are technically that. They are games that aren't fully unlocked yet. They're done, but because people are worried about patches or they want to release the game early or so they just give you what works now, and then you hit a wall and it's like, why can't I get past this wall? And they're like, dang it, he found the wall. I'm supposed to find the wall. Now we gotta release this footage. Is it ready yet? It finally is. they release it, and then you can go further on in the level, and like, well, I couldn't do that from the beginning. And then no comment, no comment. Now, some games are just broken, but I really feel like a lot of games aren't. It's just that. So hopefully Battlefield doesn't do that. But if they give you enough content, enough fighting, which seems like that's what they're doing at the moment, with, like you said, Conquest or whatnot. Conquest by itself looks good. So it looks. I think that was Conquest. When I watch Conquest, please tell me I watch Conquest.
Yeah,
Conquest.
when you were watching, if they were taking points and stuff, you were watching Conquest.
Okay. I was trying to make sure I watched the right one. So it looks good. So that alone seems like it'll hold a lot of people. So time. So therefore, if it is something that they haven't released to open or is it broken, you probably won't notice it until later anyway. So I'm like I said, I think the game looks good. So I mean, it hasn't been too many Battlefields that really have had really bad issues anyway. So I think Battlefield is really, they've been doing pretty well with that anyway. Other than what was that one with the policeman? I think that's the one I think everybody didn't like. I thought it was pretty dope.
Frontline had its place. It wasn't my favorite one, but it had its place. I played it. I played through the story. The story was great. Like it really was. Like I have no issue with the story. It just
I heard the multiplayer wasn't that fun though.
It was a different take on Battlefield, and it took me a little bit for that one. But it was still good. It was good in its own right.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Snake. Opinions, comments, questions?
Just say we want to play it.
I mean, obviously we want to play it. I mean, that's
his face.
Given.
I'll play it.
I want to play it. I want to play it too.
For it to come out. Like I'm still debating on doing the pre-order, but
yeah.
Either way, I'm getting it because I've been waiting for. Like, it's been a little while since we've been playing the Battlefield. Like Battlefield 5, and then this one just looks amazing, looks beautiful. So it's like, I want to play.
Exactly.
Is the pre-order worth it? Like, you know, all pre-orders. Well, most pre-orders they come out. Get your pre-order, and then you get the new elite sniper rifle that you don't get anywhere else until like the third DLC, and then you get flash grenades that no one else can get. You know, stuff like that.
I don't care about the little things you get. Like, it's not about that. It's like you get the pre-order, like you get to play like day one, or like you get to like if I download it now, I can just jump in and play on the beta until the actual game comes out. That's what I care about. But,
okay.
Right. Well, and you got to think too. Like day one is
like after so long, like you start, or not so long, but after you've been there, done that a couple times, like you're gonna learn your lesson about don't go buying stuff day one.
Yeah, because
like as far as like standing in line at GameStop to get the day one and like paying for like the $100 to $250 like ultimate legendary, like you get a crate type things, like it's not worth it. Like it's not like,
I don't know. You got night vision goggles with one of yours. I mean, that was pretty dope.
But at the same time, do you see any more?
I know. You quit doing it, but I'm saying
back in whenever I learned my lesson, I was like, nope, not doing it again.
Understandable. I just, I see when people do it. I don't do it. I don't. And anyway, day one, it's gonna be probably a hot mess anyway because you're gonna be able to get in the server because everybody's gonna be trying to get in and play. So if day one is cool, but at the same time, it's like, is it really worth it?
I mean, the only time I've liked the pre-orders is if like, and I know this doesn't happen anymore because everything is like digital or whatever. It's like get your pre-orders. Why should I pre-order? Well, if you pre-order from GameStop, you get this and day one. Okay. But if you pre-order from Best Buy, you get this. Interesting. But if you pre-order from Walmart, you get, and then it's like, okay, all right, it's a lot to choose from.
Very good.
And that actually looks good. That actually will actually have me going. I can beat everybody easily. But this though, so I like those pre-orders because it kind of because I guess it was, as they say, competition. it kind of made the pre-orders better. But when it's just a standalone pre-order, I think, like you said, the day ones and everything else kind of like, So.
And the thing is too, like anymore when they do pre-orders, like, oh, get this at this time, and I'm like, okay, but then you end up giving everybody that like 6 months after the game is out. Like that's irritating. Like I've seen
especially if it costs more, yeah.
Yeah, like you went and got the $99 copy of this game to get like these 4 guns, and then 6 months from now you realize the damn gun is available in the game now. What the hell? Like I thought
for free.
I was gonna like they just got it. Like you can unlock it now if you do this achievement. It's like, oh shit. Thought that was gonna be something exclusive to what I was doing. And I'm not about just getting like a badge or something weird like that for like day one. Oh, you get a badge because you were day one. What's a badge do? Does it give me XP? What does it do? It doesn't do anything. I'm like, I don't need
it. I think pre-orders are better, like not knocking like multiplayer shooters, but I think it's better for like MMOs or like or MMO RPGs or whatever, because you can start off with like 4,000 HP while everybody else is starting off with 2,000 HP, and you would just have an advantage. And by the time they get to 4,000, you'll probably be at 8,000, and you continue to stay ahead.
Now,
stuff like that.
That makes sense because that's a true benefit that like you can continue to have because you started off 4,000 XP ahead of everybody. Then you're always, unless you just stop playing for a while, you can always be ahead of other people. You have that advantage. Like I paid a little bit.
Or for like GTA, they give you like, you get $5 billion right off the bat, and everybody else only get $1 million when they start. Stuff like that.
Like, oh well, buy this one and you get this much online currency. You get $1 million. Only I'm like, $1 million ain't shit because how much y'all charge for everything, and people found that out because they were doing it. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get $1 million in GTA, and I'm like, yeah. That car
should be $1 billion.
Yeah, that car that you saw, it's like, oh man, yeah, I'm gonna buy that car. That car is $750,000, buddy. You just lost 3/4 of your damn $1 million. So, what was the real benefit there? Absolutely nothing. So you just lost out. Like,
yeah.
So that's why I don't do stuff like that. But the XP, like you said, in those kind of games where it's gonna really put me ahead, like legit put me ahead in the game. Those I can get on board with. Like that makes sense.
Yeah. Or like for Craftopia, it says, this is just, I'm being stupid. I'm sorry. Last one. I promise. Like they say, like you trying to build a shelf or a building, but you don't have a screwdriver, but you got to go on this quest, go in the water, go way over here, fight 10 dragons just to get the screwdriver. But you can start off with the screwdriver. With a crafting game, that actually might be a good benefit. Like start off with the screwdriver, like I can get it later. Oh yeah, after 10 quests. So look at Snake's face. You won't say that's a good one because you need the screwdriver to build the building now, or you can go to 10 quests, fight 10 dragons, and get it later, or you already have it and say, I don't got to do all that. I just got my screwdriver now. I can just build it. Yeah. See, it's a good one.
I can see the
benefit. I should make pre-orders.
I can see the benefit in that too. There's benefit. I mean, there's people that like it and people that don't. I just,
Just want to say the only reason I made the face is because I was about to sneeze. So.
Hey man, whatever you.
Draw me into something that wasn't a part of it.
Oh man, here you go. Anyway, that's all I got. I just wanted to talk about those few things, especially Battlefield. Like I said, I can't wait. Get my hands on it. Want the game, on play it.
Hands on it.
Yeah. Hands all over.
All of it.
Yeah. Anyway, I just got weird real quick.
Yeah, it did.
Anyway, I'm done. I'm gonna let Snake wrap it up. But appreciate you.
That was bad too. But keep going.
Oh man.
Wrap it up.
Sorry, I couldn't.
Can't say nothing. God dog. Anyway, in the show, man.
End it. Wrap it up.
Tired of you. Tired of you.
Hey, you started it.
No,
Anyways,
I didn't.
You always start it.
No, I didn't.
Get it all hot. Bothered.
That's
Anyway,
problems.
Yeah,
all right. Anyway,
too much.
thanks for y'all coming out, hanging out with us. Remember to go to YouTube and like, subscribe, comment. Uh, if you don't comment, you ain't gonna have nothing to talk about. So comment, get with us, talk about it. If there's something you want to hear about or you want to come and talk about, let's go. Let's do it.
Come on with it.
So again, just catch us next time, and we will see you on Monday with the Mingo D's.
Yo, D's.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Come
D's.
on, yo. Now, no.
I had to get on that. That was funny.
the
That was funny.
D's.
Mingo